Is there a universe outside of Bravo?
Did we miss the training manual to our 30s?
No. Are they for real?
Thank God for our girlfriends. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos with Kelly and Kyra. We hope that you had a great week and that you're ready to laugh about how none of us have it figured out.
Hello! We are back at it. I felt like Jeffree Star. You know how you say, "Welcome back."
Nope.
Oh, you never watched his YouTube videos?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't really like a Jeffree Star fan.
Oh, he used to do like makeup videos on YouTube, and he would have a makeup brush and he'd go, "Well, welcome back."
Well, we're not copywriting him.
No.
So,
but yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we're original.
Yeah, because I said we were back at it. It was my own twist. How was your week?
My week was good. It was full of love. I just, like I always say, love. So I had the Galentine's event at work. It went so good. It was so cute. And then I did like a little table, and then I kept it set up all week long, and I just kept adding, little cupcakes and cookies and stuff. So it looked super cute in the salon all week.
It did look really cute.
Thanks. And then I made sure to wear pink and red every day. And
loved the outfit pics.
Thank you. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. And so yeah. And
that reminds me, I just thought of a question that we should ask the listeners, because you were posting your outfit pics on your Instagram, obviously, of your Valentine's outfits, and it made me wonder, should we post more of our day-to-day stuff, our individual day-to-day on the Structured Chaos story? Because obviously if people follow either of us on Instagram, then they would see our day-to-day stuff that we post, but most people probably don't unless they're personal friends with us.
Right.
So it might be fun for us to both start sharing some more personal stuff, because obviously the stuff that we talk about on the podcast, we share in the carousel, but we're not always sharing throughout the week.
And no one engages in our carousels anyway, so
Right. Exactly. So I mean, maybe they'll engage in our
everyone
stories.
Start engaging so we can avoid Kelly having a heart attack and or stroke and or seizure. Some type of medical emergency.
Weekly. And also they take a long time to make.
And they're really good.
I know.
They're funny.
I don't doubt how good they are. I know they're good.
We're funny.
It's not the quality of the work. It's a people problem.
It's a you guys problem. Yeah. So
couldn't be me. But for real, engage. What else did you do?
So, I'm always somewhat single. And so I was going on a blind date. Well, kind of a blind date.
Okay, if you're watching and you just saw my face, it's because this is my first time hearing about this, which is crazy because we talk every single day. So
my friend who is a barber, it's one of his clients. Okay. And so we were supposed to go on a date on Thursday, and he texted me.
On Valentine's Day, you were going to go on a date with a boy?
Yeah, when we set it up, we weren't even thinking about the day. It was just my prior week had been really busy, and so was his. And then leading up to it, mine was busy. And so I was I'm available the following Thursday, which was the 13th. And so he texted me at 1:30 in the afternoon, and he was like, I am so sorry. He's like, you're not even gonna believe me. I know you're not. And he's like, but I have to cancel our date. And
what?
He was like, I was walking downtown, and he's like, I just got punched in the head by a homeless man. And he's like, I have to go to urgent care. And so I was like, damn. I'm like, talking to me is that bad? Like, you just went and picked a fight with a homeless man to get out of the date? And so then he sends me a picture.
Okay, so you can't fight? I'm just kidding.
So I actually sent him to do that just to like see, like, are you protective? Are you not? And so then he like sends me a picture and he was like, I promise you, like, I'm not lying. Like, he just has this like big old thing on the side of his head.
Oh my God. What the hell?
And he was like, he lives downtown. And so he was like, he had already told me that he typically goes for a walk like on his lunch. And he was like, I've never ever had a problem. Like, no one's ever like tried to attack me, you know, like no homeless people have ever tried to like attack me or anything. He was like, I literally just like turned the corner and the dude just like punched me on the side of the head.
Oh no.
Yep. Wow. And he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have really been looking forward to meeting you. And I was like, it's okay. I was like, I mean, you ruined all the Valentine's Day jokes that I had on deck, but like, other than that, I think I can get over it.
So wait, did you not know what he looked like before he sent the picture?
No, I knew what he looked like. That's what I was saying. Like, it was like a semi-blind date. Like, we know what each other looks like, but like, but we've never like met one another. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a first date.
Yeah.
It wasn't blind at all.
Well, it's blind because like we didn't like meet on a dating app and like we didn't like, it's just like my friend told him about me and then like we just like started like exchanging messages. Like, it's not like I don't know him.
You were just set up.
Yeah, like that's like a blind date.
No, a blind date is when you don't know what
the person looks like. I know. Okay, so
it's just a first date
with someone I don't know. Like, I feel like that's like a blind date.
No. Okay. When do you ever know the person? Even if you meet them on an app, you don't know them.
Yeah, but then I feel like
you even know them less if you met them on an app. They're not vetted.
Although my friend's not giving me any information. I'm like, hello. He's like, I don't know. Find out. I don't know. Find out. I'm like, you're his fucking barber. Like, you know everything.
You know the tea. Yeah.
Hello.
Well, so are you going to reschedule?
Oh, yeah. We're going on to this week.
Okay, good. So we'll hear about that next week, hopefully.
Hopefully
it doesn't.
Either way. I mean, either way, you'll hear about it, good or bad. But I just literally keep making jokes to him about how he fights homeless people. He's like, I don't.
Oh my God. That's wild. Yeah.
So that was my week.
Well, I'm excited to hear how it goes. So I had an interesting week. Well, not week, but just I have an interesting story to tell you. So at pickleball, I play like, you know, at the same place, and the way that I've played like at a couple different things. So sometimes I play on a team, and I've talked about that before. I was on the pickleball barbs, and it was like me and a couple friends, and
the guy hated you.
Yeah.
The organizer.
Yeah. And so, as I said, we have not gone back, and he has not seen us. So then I also played this other place, and it's like a group of people, and you kind of like, you pull cards to see like what court you're going to start on. And so like every game you're like with a different partner, and like it's fun because you're always playing with different people. So a couple weeks ago, there was like this weird drama with this girl, not with me, but I was kind of involved because I was partners with one of the girls
that she had a problem with. Got it.
So
guilty by association.
Yeah. But so basically, long story short, I'm partners with one girl. She's like giving me tips on doing better, essentially. What?
How to play?
Yeah, but like on something specific.
She's listen, you suck. Let me help you.
Basically. So they had been giving me tips in this specific match, you're supposed to be closer to the net, and the kitchen is what it's called,
Okay.
in the kitchen line. So anyways, one of the balls like went right past me. And so I kind of like looked at the girl and I was like, see, like, you know, and we're like joking around with each other, me and the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so the girl on the other team, I think that she thought this girl was being like actually mean to me.
Got it.
And so she was like, she's just learning, like, relax.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh no,
it's
like,
okay.
It's okay. But that girl, I didn't know that they had like prior, like kind of tension.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh no, like, it's fine. Like, so fast forward to this past week, the girl who I said has always been nice to me, where I'm playing against her. And she's on a team with my friend who came with me that night. And so I hit the ball over to his side and it's on the line, which technically is in. And he hits it and she says, out. And I was kind of like, was it out? Yeah. And my friend was like, well, I thought it was in, but like, since she said it was out, I kind of like stopped. And I was like, okay, like going forward, I feel like the person who's next to the line should be the one
to declare whether
yeah. Like technically the rule is like either person on that side could say it, but he's standing on the line.
Right.
So it's like kind of common sense, right? In this situation. I wasn't saying we should replay the point, nothing. I wasn't like screaming. I wasn't nothing. She gets all upset and she's like, well, that's not the rule, and blah, blah, blah. We could redo it if you're upset about it. And I was like, I'm not.
Like, well, one of us is showing being
not
upset, and it's not me.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
We're not getting paid to be here.
But this isn't the Olympics. So then, like, we just keep playing whatever, and then way later at the end of the night, she like comes up to me. She's like, I asked around. And, oh no, I forgot. In the middle of the evening, I heard her telling other people about it. I'm
Don't ever bring me here.
Then, at the end, she was like, makes a point to come over to me. I asked around, and it is the rule that either person on that side can call it. I said, okay.
Okay, wasn't confused about that part. Just said in this specific.
What the rule is. I just said it makes more sense that the person standing there can see it rather than someone over there. So let's
actually what they do in most other sports as well.
Let's have a little common sense. Just saying. And you still lost, so bye. So anyway, that was my.
Like, not her, like, needing to prove her point so badly. Like, okay, girl. Great. Really quickly, I forgot to tell something, like, super important that happened this week. Okay. My friend got engaged.
I saw. That's so exciting.
So.
Did she know it was coming?
No idea. No
Amazing.
idea. And he thought of everything. He did it perfectly. He made it so special for her, for them.
Did you know?
I didn't even know. I mean, like, I've known that, like, it's gonna happen, but I, like, didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, so her and my friend Stacy are my two only, like, adult friends, like, that I've met, like, here that I've seen get engaged. That I've like been a part of their engagements, because like the only people that are married in my life are all my like friends from growing up, you know, which like still very happy, still exciting, all of the things. But like I'm like directly like involved in the, you know, so it's like super fun. So like we're throwing like me and Joy are throwing her an engagement party this weekend. And like I'm just like, I am so happy for her. So happy. Like they are such a great couple and she deserves it so much, and she's had such a shitty month, and like this couldn't have been like a more perfect ending. And I can't believe I forgot to say anything about it, but so congratulations to Samia and Keith. They are getting married. Woo woo.
We love love.
We love love, and I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited.
Yay. That's amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
I saw the pictures. Very cute.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the last thing that I was going to say about my week is Valentine's Day. Had a little girls' night at my friend Alex's house. Two of her friends from, like, her childhood friends from Texas were in town. And so we just watched the new Love is Blind, a couple of the episodes, and we had like Thai food for dinner and wine and just watched Love is Blind. So that was a nice little Valentine's.
I love that.
Yeah.
I haven't started it yet.
The episodes are long. They're like an hour and a half each. And it's a lot of white people. We were like, yeah. I mean, they're in Minnesota.
But I was saying this to my client the other day. I was like, I'm actually shocked. Well, at first I was like, can they start doing like fun places? And then I was like, I'm actually shocked that they even have casting in Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota is one of those places that like everyone's married to their high school like sweetheart. Like, I'm shocked they have people.
Yeah, well,
they do.
Remains to be seen. I mean, they're young. Like someone on there is like 24, I think. I mean,
imagine being married at 24.
No.
Like, you don't know anything.
That's crazy.
Like, you don't even know what questions to ask your partner.
I don't even know if I'm alive.
Like,
24?
24. You can't even rent a car legally.
I know, that's crazy. Some people have like kids at 24. Wow.
Different strokes for different folks.
Wow.
Moving on to some Bravo news this week. There wasn't really much. Teddy Mellencamp rushed to the hospital. She had multiple brain tumors and she got emergency surgery. I sent a voice note to Kelly so that my text did not sound insensitive, even though my voice note probably still sounded very insensitive. I get it. I mean, I can't imagine like having a headache and then being like, oh, the headache's like kind of actually like really bad, and then going and then finding out you have all these tumors in your brain. It's very scary. However, it seems as if just like the way that it's been reported and like her statements, like it doesn't sound like life-threatening at all. And it doesn't sound like she's making it seem like she has a cold. And I'm not saying that that's what it is and that it might not be more serious. That's why I said in my voice note to Kelly, like, jury's still out how I like feel. Like, of course I don't want her to have to go through this, but like, I don't know, for some reason, like when you're reading a title like that and a headline like that and seeing like multiple brain tumors and having to get emergency surgery, like that sounds like crazy. And it's just like, she's just like, so yeah, I'm heading to the hospital and I'm gonna get surgery. And then like everyone's visiting me and like, yeah, you know,
maybe it's because she's posting about it in real time.
And like,
like we would think like,
this would be the last thing you would be doing. Like you'd be worried about, like you're like
you would think it's something we would hear about after the fact. And like, I also, okay, this is a weird comparison, but you know, when you like, when you're younger and you think about something, like you might have thought like if you had multiple brain tumors, like that's something that like you wouldn't be able to be so like normal and functioning.
Right.
Like I used to think that if you, for instance, got like shot in the head at like point blank range, like you would just
you're dying
be dead or like like essentially be dying. And then I've seen shows before where people have gotten shot at point blank range in the head and then survived for like 12 hours just like laying there and then survived. And like they're there on the TV like telling the story and they look completely normal. And I'm like, I just like didn't know that was a thing. Like I know that's what I'm saying. That's a weird comparison. But it's like maybe it's because our are thinking of like
our association to it, like,
multiple brain tumors, like you wouldn't even be able to just be like normal and on social media. You would be completely incapacitated.
Well, it's not even that. I think that it's not even because I do understand like that they're like that the brain is so weird, and to your example of a point of example, whatever. But it's just like she's making it seem so nonchalant.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
and
she's
it's not that I expect
disassociating.
her. It's not that I expect her to like be nonverbal and like, you know, but it's just it seems like she's like, oh, I broke my finger. I'm going in for surgery. Like, well wishes, thank you everyone. You know, like it just like the like her demeanor isn't matching the words or like the scenario. So again, it's not that I don't want to feel like I don't want to give, you know, my support and love, and I hope that her and her family, you know, it's not any of those things. I don't wish bad upon her. It just at this point in time, like for some whatever reason, and I could be very, very wrong. Like it just seems really like clickbaity and like pick me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know.
I haven't really read much
weird
about
energy about it.
Yeah, I really haven't looked into it at all. I just saw like that thing that I sent you about it. So I don't really know. I get what you're saying though, like, but I think maybe it's just she's just like in shock, or you know, when people are shocked and they have like no emotion.
Totally.
Maybe it's something like that, or she's just, I have no idea. But I do get what you're saying when like it just seems like the emotion isn't there, and then it's hard for you to have emotion towards something because you're like, what's happening? But I'm assuming it's just shock, or I don't know. She also is just she has a strange personality to begin with. So maybe that's just her personality is like weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the part of her brain that's being affected. Like, I don't know.
Oh. And then last week we had like mentioned a little thing how allegedly Lindsay from Summer House and her baby daddy had split. And then she was on Watch What Happens Live this week after the premiere of Summer House. Nope, not the premiere. Was it the premiere?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. And she said that he was there, and she said that they're working on it. Like, as we've seen over the years, Lindsay is not the easiest person to date. They also got together very quickly and got pregnant very quickly. And so I'm assuming that mixed with postpartum and all of the things, and just like also both being new parents for the first time. Like there's so many things, like all of your ones are like the biggest ones. Like your first year anniversary is going to be celebrating a year of you guys being together, a child, living together, like all of these things, like her not even a year fresh out of her engagement. Like,
I know. Like, not only did they get in a relationship quick, which would already be a lot fresh out of an engagement, but then it's like she's a reality TV star and he doesn't want to be known at all. And then, like you said, they had a baby quick, and like it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wish the best for them.
Wish the best, and glad that they're together-ish now. So yeah.
So shows were pretty good this week. Beverly Hills was good. I mean, I liked the Georgia part. Like
I think there were good parts to it. So we had the conversation with Garcelle and Sutton's mom, which last week my opinion of it was very different than my opinion is this week. Like I thought it was going to go very, very differently. It was quick. I mean, obviously what they showed was quick. And I thought Garcelle handled herself well. I thought Sutton's mom handled herself well.
Did we know that she was a therapist?
Right. Okay. So I think I talked about it with one of my clients too. And she was like, she did say that, right? And I'm like, yeah, she did. I didn't know until this episode that she was a therapist, because then I think I must have been talking to my client who is a therapist, and we were just like, God bless those people.
Right. Because I'm like,
does she have like a flowing practice? Like, is it flourishing? Like,
I was like, what the hell? Like, wow.
I imagine her sessions going a little something like, get over it. Like, get over it and move on.
Right.
And we're done.
Like, that's just the way it goes. Like, well, damn.
You're supposed to feel all emotions. So this is just you being sad and mad. Like, get over it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel so. Okay, this is. We knew about Sutton's father, like, since she's been on the show, but like, she gave us a lot more detail. It was very heavy, very sad. Props to her for like being so vulnerable about it. We got a lot more insight into like why she is the way she is, her experience, why her mom is the way she is. I mean, like, it's a horrific thing that they went through.
Mm-hmm.
And
her dad committed suicide.
Yes. And like, her mother was home, like, it was in their home and all these things. And Sutton admitted like that she had resentment towards her mom because of like X, Y, and Z factors surrounding the incident, all these things. And her mom is like very tough, a tough person. And I think what Garcelle said in her confessional was like, Sutton was super close with her dad, and like, she thinks that her mom had some jealousy, which totally makes sense. And I think that Sutton's mom's mom was probably really like the same way, very like tough and just like no emotion really.
I can very much relate.
What?
I said I can very much relate.
Yeah, so it made me kind of think of it's interesting because so my grandma, the one who took down Jen Shaw, she
is this pre-takedown?
No, this is just, I'm just describing her as a person. She uses her most used term in life is probably just the way it goes, and not in like a mean way. Like, not, she wouldn't say that to someone else as like, if you were like telling her an issue,
right?
Like, she just says it as like if she was describing even like something that happened to her. That's just the way it goes, and it's because of like things that have happened in her own life, and she's just really doesn't show emotion, and she's very strong, and it makes it sad to me in a way, because I'm like, I feel like you've just had to be strong your whole life, and so she's just not as an emotional, like, lovey-dovey, soft. I feel like I kind of like bring that out in her and like make her that way because I'm that way.
I love that.
She's not like harsh like Sutton's mom, but she's kind of like stoic like that, and just kind of like, it is what it is, and this is, which, yes, it is. But also we could have like a little bit of like softness for people. And I'm glad that they kind of like got there by the end of the episode, because it really like broke my heart to hear Sutton be like, when they kept flashing back to her saying, I know my mom loves me, but I don't think she likes me. And I was like, I will cry if they show this scene one more time. I'm happy that her and her mom just, came together. It sounds like they're gonna like on the right path, going forward. So hopefully her mom, she said she was gonna come to her fashion show, so I don't know if we're gonna see that, but I thought it was so funny after the talk when Sutton went out and Garcelle, Kyle, and whatever his name is, wait, what's his name? Avi, they all ran. It's like, I was gonna call you down, and Garcelle goes, we're down. It was so funny. I don't know why, the way that Garcelle was like, we're down.
They're like, no thanks.
But yeah, so that part of the episode was good, and then yeah.
And meanwhile, back in Beverly Hills, we had Boz and Erica and Dorit at dinner, and I just like really like the three of them.
Me too.
I'm liking that little trio.
Yeah.
Of just like fun. And I just like, I know I say it every week. We both said it every week. Like, I just love Boz. I think she is such an incredible addition. I love her, like her ad libs, like when people are talking, like she's a hype woman. She is, I love her relationship with her daughter. I mean, it's just like.
Her daughter is so funny. When her
So funny.
when Boz is like, your little friends, and she's like, do you want me to call your friends your big friends? But okay, it is interesting to me about her and her boyfriend not saying I love you, but they've been talking about having a baby together forever.
So agreed. Like, agreed. However, I do understand, like, you don't want to say it first. You want him to say it. You don't want it to feel like it's a forced situation. And I also do I experience it in real time. Like, as we get older, like, I mean, of course, like, yes, my partner's going to tell me that, like, I love you. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want them to be in love with me.
Right.
But it's like, I can understand how you can still have a conversation about having a child without having said, I love you, if everything else makes you feel so secure. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to be told those words, but like you saying, like, what if I didn't feel like, what if you didn't show me, you know what I mean? Like, but you were saying it, but we're still talking about having a kid. You know what I mean? Like, but yes, like I do totally agree and understand. Like, you should be naturally saying it. Like, you're talking about creating a child. And then like, because I hear that he's not, then I'm looking through a different lens and I'm like, are you here for the right reasons? Like, what do you do? Like, I know he lives in San Diego, so I know like it's expensive to live here, but like, are you successful on your own? And then like, I don't want to have to think that way. Like, cause I really do like him and they seem really happy. And she does not seem like she is a woman who makes poor choices, you know, and vets people properly.
Yeah. So, it's just interesting because it's not like they're really just talking about kids in general.
Right.
Like oh, do you want to have kids someday? Do you want to have, it's like they're talking about having a baby together.
Right.
So that's where I'm like, it's strange, but like he flew to Ghana.
Right.
To see her.
Right.
So
that's like, why it's like your actions are showing me. So it's not at the top of my list as a non-negotiable.
Right.
Because you're doing other things that are very much proving that.
Yeah. But
yes,
I mean,
still
we'll
fucking
see.
say I love you. Hello?
Yeah.
You better look at that woman and understand and have her, through your actions and words, let her know how much you love her.
Yeah. Period.
Okay, men who are listening.
Period.
But yeah, that's really all we got that week.
So, Southern Charm. It's weird. That's the only house
I know, it's weird.
Right now.
So weird. Well, Potomac, but I don't
watch.
Support that franchise.
It's not that I don't support it. I just
she doesn't watch Atlanta either. So
Southern Charm. This was a painful episode.
I texted Kelly because I know she watches it a day later, and I was like, I cannot wait for you to watch Southern Charm. Like, that's why I didn't even put any notes in there, because I didn't even want you to see anything.
Yeah. And I watched it even later. I usually watch it on Friday, but I didn't watch it till yesterday or till Saturday, I mean. And the second, third, fourth, fifth Hannah Bear sent, I just was cringing from the first moment that Shep was on the episode and he's like, I'm going to the Bahamas and I want to look cool. I was like, bro.
I've never. How many seasons of Southern Charm are there? 8?
I don't know. Probably, yes.
I have never seen Shep act this way about a woman.
Even his friends haven't.
Like, my whole thing is like, I mean, Kelly and I will get into the fact that like this girl does not like him at all. But like, what is more confusing to me is like, can we get some footage of what happened when they did meet each other for the first time?
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, okay, not to talk badly about her because I don't really know anything about her, but what does he find so great about her? Because I mean, she's beautiful and like
she's beautiful,
but
she's beautiful. That's all we've got from her.
She's not showing anything to him
Right.
that would make it like, oh yeah, she's like has such a fun personality, or she's like so funny, or like they're
she's
so
the most,
like great
she's the
together.
most, what did he say? Like, accomplished woman I've ever met. And like, it's like,
yeah, but then she's like, no, I'm like not busy and I like have so much free time, and like she doesn't ever like, she doesn't want to make time to see you. And she even Craig was like, I've never been around someone's energy that's like this. Even through the TV screen, I'm like, even walking down the hallway, I was like, she gives this energy like she's better. Like with the hotel person was walking behind her, and then he had the bags of gifts, and she's like, no, those are for the girls. It just, the way she was acting was just like, I'm above everyone. And I was like, maybe that's why he likes her, because Shep is like that too.
it's so weird. And her name is Sienna. And my favorite line was when Madison goes, we should call her Santa since we never see her.
Because Taylor accidentally was like, Santa, what? Like, I don't know. Why is Taylor there? She is.
Why was she giving him advice? Why was she asking about the relationship between the two of them? Like, what?
Why would you want to be there with your ex-boyfriend?
While he's trying to show off. I mean, maybe because she is living in reality like all of us, and she's like, this is not threatening. Like, I actually need to be here so I can laugh about this. Like,
I mean, I'd want to go on that trip to the Bahamas too, but
oh my God. Like, he was acting like a psycho. Like,
and then so then he was like, I need, like, with the hair, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna wear this hat, I'm gonna wear this, and like they're brushing his hair, and they're like,
Sienna's gonna dress me.
Oh yeah, Sienna's gonna dress me, I'm not gonna wear this. And then Craig is like, okay, just be cool, be calm, be cool. And he's like freaking out, and then he goes, okay, can you help me get dressed? And so they go in the room, and he's like,
that was so awkward.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs, and he's like, no, please stay. And she's like, no. And it's like, what is happening? Like,
he's like, I want to fuck. And she was like, you could get changed. And he was like, you've seen me without clothes before. Like, stay up here.
She's like, no.
I don't know if it's like because the cameras are there and she's not into the cameras. Like, I don't know what it is, but like I said, like, I just need to see what they were like when they actually first met each other for him to be so like over the moon with her, because she doesn't call him. She doesn't talk to him. And like, even everyone was saying like, oh my God, how many times did he call her when they were at the airport?
Like 20. And it's like, was he expecting her to be there? Because then she didn't come until like the end of the day. They were there for the whole day.
And like, I did think that it was really endearing. Like when like, Austin and Craig are like, sometimes like it doesn't pick up right away. And like they were like trying.
Like, Craig was like, it just try to call back because it takes a second to connect.
Like, and I will say, like, that was the cute moment of the episode. I really did think was like all of the guys, like, kind of like championing him and just like trying to like ease his tensions a little bit, like, even though like in their mind, they're like, what the fuck,
I know.
But like, I did think it was like really cute for these guys to just like, yeah, all right, it's okay. Like, yeah, do this. Like, okay, tossle it like this. Like,
I know.
Oh my God. Like, so I'm anxious to see this coming week's episode, because watch. She probably is going to be like, I'd rather take a separate car. I don't want to sit next to you, the car on the way to dinner, and then like never show up. Like, that's what I imagine is about to happen.
I know, because all we see is him saying, I'm so in love with you. And he gives her, well, we didn't see it give it to her, but he bought her a shark tooth necklace. I'm like, I don't think she wants that. And then he's like, I hope Taylor doesn't see this. I'm like, we're on a TV show together. How is she not going to see it?
It's just all, but like we said last week too, like all of these girls who have previously dated him are like, I am watching karma in real time. Because wow,
I don't feel bad for him.
No, I don't feel bad for him. I just don't want
to watch it because it's
right.
cringy.
I'm just, yeah, exactly.
But then Southern Hospitality. So Maddie has her performance, and Grace Lee shows up like at the last second, does her performance kind of, but doesn't have her microphone on.
Smart though.
Right. And it's like weird, whatever. And then like afterwards, I feel like Grace Lily is like hating on Maddie. like when she's talking to her friend or whoever
You
it was.
think that she was? She was.
Yeah,
she
it's
full on was.
I don't like that at all. And I'm like,
no.
ugh. She's like, yeah, like Maddie has like all of her people, and I'm like, what?
And she was like, it's not all about you, and it's like,
I know. I'm like,
did they have
it is?
Did they have your picture on the side of the hotel?
Right. And like, and then everyone was like hating on Joe too about like, oh, he's just like a puppy dog or whatever. I'm like, I'm sorry, he's so supportive and so unbothered.
Right.
The fact that his girl is getting all the attention, like he's so unfazed and not jealous, and he's so excited for her, and it's so genuine. It's like, you guys could never.
And I really liked what he said to Grace, like where he was like, no, he was like, Maddie's not going to say it to you. I'm going to say it to you.
Right.
And like, this is what you do. And I do like that it was like finished, done, didn't like carry on and like become a big thing. I mean, I don't think Grace Lily has the capacity to, because she was just ready, giggling and laughing again.
Right. And I will say, I do like that Joe said it to her also, but I like it because like, since they're a friend group, if he, how like if the girls were just friends and Joe was just Maddie's boyfriend, would not like that.
No.
But since he's in the group, it makes sense.
Yes.
But like Maddie's like crying and like so upset at the dinner, and because her friend is just basically like doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, like doesn't care, doesn't understand.
She's still trying to give her this opportunity, and she's like, I didn't know what time. I like blah blah blah. And
if you didn't know what time, then just be there right when it opens, then, or like call someone.
Then how did you get
like,
there like literally right at the time that it was? That's really weird.
A whole team of producers, and you didn't know,
right? And then we find out that she had slept with O'Sheen, which I was wondering why he wasn't on this season at all.
Well, I think because he wasn't like a crowd favorite last year, and like I'm sure,
I know, but like he's not even like
a friend of.
Like, you don't even think he works there anymore?
No.
So he's like in a love triangle type thing with Maddie's roommate and Grace Lily or whatever, and whatever. So
also, what a upgrade from last year's Florida trip to Vegas. Like, and Mia's conversation with Mill. So Mia has a conversation, and she's basically just saying like, listen, everyone just wants to make sure that everything's cool between you guys, because it doesn't look like it is, doesn't sound like it is. Like, I think it would mean a lot if you like went up to these people and just kind of like eased their worries and just said, hey, listen, A, B, and C. I really appreciate that. And like when they were trying to like gaslight her, she was like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
And then we still get gaslit. I mean, this is, it's like, and to everyone's confessional points, like exact same, like nothing you say to her is going to make a difference. She's not going to believe it. She's going to twist it into whatever narrative she thinks is believable enough that it makes sense enough, and she's going to stay with him. And that girl is going to face reality at some point, but it ain't today, and it's no one else's job to tell her anymore and protect her.
No.
Like,
you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. So just let her be delusional.
Yep.
And move on. And we are moving on to Summer House, which is finally back. So obviously Lindsay's pregnant. I thought, okay, she announced it to the house with this big poster board of her sonogram and a speech about her whole timeline of relationships.
Like, why was that necessary? Why did we need to go down your entire history, like dating history?
I have no idea. It was crazy.
It would have been much better if you were just like, so you guys remember last year when I was engaged to Carl, our housemate? Well, as you know, that didn't work out, but what is working out is I'm pregnant. Like, that would have been a much better delivery.
You know how 5 minutes ago, West just made a joke about how everyone thinks I'm pregnant? I am.
That's right.
Like,
then you wouldn't have had anything to memorize.
And so she's pregnant, and Paige is like so happy for her, and she's like, I feel like an aunt, which is weird because they like did not get along ever, and now they're like besties, and I'm like not feeling it at all. And then okay, so we have 2 new girls, Lexi and not sure what the other girl's name is. I can't remember.
And I keep seeing things about her, like that's why she's just really not going to be on the season at all. There's like some like,
oh, is she not?
Oh, something like happens, and then I think like old tweets or something came up. Yeah, like there's there's like
her out.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lexi and Jessie kind of hit it off, but Jessie, okay, I think Jessie's like hilarious. Like, I did not like him at the beginning of last season. I thought he was like so weird, and then like you know, everyone fell in love with him. But I just thought he was so funny. He's like in Paige and Sierra's room, and like the 3 of them are like in bed, like chatting. Like he just is fun and hilarious, and like laughing with the girls while West is just like off alone because he's a loser, and Sierra's like, I want everyone to know he's a loser, and I'm just like,
he's
yes,
scared.
Sierra.
He's scared.
Yeah, and so I think Jesse's like funny, but he at the dinner they're sitting next to each other, and he's like, would you consider yourself to be ditzy? And she's like, no.
First of all, he has already like asked other people in the house too whether they think that she is ditzy or not at this point. And it's like,
he stated that he thinks she is.
Right. So like my whole thing is like, what? First of all, if you have to ask someone, first don't ask someone that. No. But if you have to ask someone that, also, we're probably leaning towards yes.
Also, if you know you're on a TV show, so if you're interested in someone, just think about this. Like, okay, in 6 months from now, they're going to see this. So this is not a nice thing to say.
He also, in the meantime, everyone has gone 0 to 100 and is like, I mean, they're hour 1 in the house.
He's already in love with her.
In love.
And, yeah, so I don't know, it looks like they headed off this season, but then there's drama, of course, so we'll see how that goes. I found it very interesting. You know how they always say the day and time? Like they'll always like show what day it is. It was July 4th.
Yeah, they always start July 4th weekend.
Yeah, but like they didn't say like it's the 4th of July. Like they didn't do anything for like the 4th of July, but it was July 4th. Like I thought that was weird.
Maybe so they hate America. I don't know.
I guess.
They're an anti-America show.
That's what I took away from it. I just thought that was weird. But yeah.
The middle of the country is about to cancel Summer House.
I'm excited for this season.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited for this season. Sierra looked incredible at the cast party and on Watch What Happens Live. Like they all looked good at the cast party. It looked super fun. Yeah, we're gonna get a really great season because I think that everyone is just like getting along, and so I think that that's good.
And they picked up cameras recently after the breakup.
So that was the bombshell, is that after the episode aired, it like fast forward to 6 months, and they're talking pages with Lindsay and Amanda or Sierra. Amanda.
I think Amanda.
And they're talking about her and Craig's breakup, and then she drops the bomb that she caught him texting 2 girls in their relationship. So now there's, the internet is abuzz saying like they can't imagine her putting up with this. And then Craig saying it's not true, and she's just like doing it for attention. And there's just like their breakup is just
it's never ending.
No. It's not, and we really wished back in December we had a very different opinion.
I know. I should just end. It's starting to make me not like one side of it. And I don't want to state that yet.
Right. Yep.
Because it's making me very sad, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll see how that goes. But our last show, Traitors, not really doing much for me, but I was very entertained by Tom Sandoval. But the beginning of the episode, they drug it out way too long. Like, I thought my man got killed.
I did too.
I was like, I'm about to not watch this season anymore. I was
and then
so
I thought
nervous.
Dolores too.
Yeah, I was like, I was so nervous.
I know, but like they are catching on to things. And Carolyn.
Okay. Tom Sandoval is an idiot. So when they're at the breakfast,
Idiot.
Sam is like, he's very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you know, Tom Sandoval comes into the breakfast and he's describing everything Alan's wearing from the night before. And so Sam is like, oh, that's interesting. So, like, the Traitors wouldn't know what Alan's wearing because blah, 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 blah. So let's ask, you know, everyone what he's wearing. And so the next person who comes in is Carolyn. And Sierra's like, oh my God, what was Alan wearing? And she's like
stumbling.
immediately tripped up. And Tom Sandoval's like, oh, he was wearing the kilt. And they're like, you idiot.
Which, like, by the way, though, like that right there would give it away that, like, her delay in response.
Right. But I also, it could have been like partially editing how they edited
right.
it. Because Gabby was then like, well, you semi-passed. Like, haha. So it's like she must have
said something. Yeah.
Yes. And I bet the Traitors did see out. Like, they probably
right.
did
Well,
see
because
him.
That's what she said. She was like, I wasn't sure. Was he wearing a hat? Was he wearing
right.
Was he not wearing a hat?
And then once you're on the spot, you are like, what? But I'm sure they did see him. It's just like she didn't remember because she wasn't paying attention as much. But like, it's, I don't know. It's just like, you're so stupid. Why did you start saying it, you idiot? But then he was so funny in the challenge singing. He was taking it so seriously. He was like,
oh my God.
He was like, like a friggin' 90s Backstreet Boy. And everyone was like, you're so good.
No, everyone on the receiving end was like, please not Tom. Please anyone but Tom.
I know, but like everyone like on his team. But then they would show Alan.
Because they were like fucking with him.
Maybe. I don't know. But
yes.
What's his name? Ivor.
Was laughing.
Oh, I felt like he was like, you're good. But maybe he was like saying it like because he was just like.
And then who was it? Brittany who says like she was like, well, I went to go do this. She was like, because Tom Sandoval thinks that he's performing at the Grammys, like, or like he's like performing his best hits album or something like that.
They show the first time he got on the phone, Alan is in the background with his like a baby blue getup, and he's like, they like zoom in on him, and he's just like.
Also, that challenge was really hard, and I would not have been able to do that.
And it was creepy.
It was very creepy. They had to repeat whatever like noise was coming out of these dolls in this like abandoned cabin. And then the other team had to listen on the phone to what they were saying. Then they had to repeat it and then into this thing that would like put it into the right sequence that it would be a nursery rhyme. It was weird.
It was a nursery rhyme backwards. And it was really weird. But,
and I'm so mad that Sierra's gone. And I thought what she said was so fucking real, where she was like, because I'm being real, because I'm like standing up for myself and I'm a woman and I'm not gonna like, no, I can put things together. Like, no, I can do things.
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking that I'm a traitor. Like, ain't that some shit? Like,
and she was like, hell no could anyone get me to go in a coffin, let alone Bob the drag queen and
let alone with my new YSL boots on. Right. Thank you very much.
She was like, fuck y'all. So
love her.
I know.
I am just loving her left and right now. After Summer House this week, she's like been doing like a lot of press and like she just like, oh my God, I love her. She is everything that you want in a friend. Mm-hmm. I love her.
She looks so good. Her style is amazing. She's so pretty. And now I'm just so happy that like, I mean, I'm sad that she got sent home, but it happened the perfect timing. We have Summer House now, so we don't have to get her.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it's getting low.
Oh, and because now they're at the point where they can either kill someone or pick someone to join their team. Mm-hmm. I definitely think they should pick someone. And it definitely does need to be a girl. And it definitely does need to not be Brittany.
I know.
Why would you make it be Brittany?
That's
like the dumbest thing ever.
Who should they pick?
Dolores.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
Or Gabby. because no one would expect it. I know what we said, I said, I don't think she'd be great, but I do think it needs to be Dolores or Gabby. Two honest.
I don't know if Gabby would do it though. They don't have to do it.
I know, but I think she would, because she'd be like, "Ooh, fun!
Ooh,
I'm a traitor now."
Yeah. Oh my god, I saw this clip. Okay, because she has a podcast, and she was talking about. I don't know if it's an old clip. What?
Her business hours?
No.
Oh.
Well, it might have been during that. Is that a segment that she does?
No. That's this other thing that's going viral about her.
Oh, no. It was about her voice.
Oh, okay.
How people talk about her voice, and how people always say that she's doing it on purpose or whatever, making her voice exaggerated. And a drawl, she draws it out, and Valley Girl. And I was like, that so obviously when I'm talking, my voice is just what my voice is. But when I listen to it back, I'm I draw my voice out, and I have a very Valley Girl voice, especially when we first started doing this podcast. For the listeners, there's obviously an editing process, and there's a way to do, it's kind of like an AI editor type thing, and you can remove silences. And this fucking robot editor does not understand my voice, because if it just cut off
like this.
Yeah. And I when Kyra first sent it to me, I was like, it's cutting off because I draw my words out, and the program could not
decipher that.
Yeah. And so when I would look at the transcript of what I was saying, and then be listening, I'm like, it's not understanding that I am still speaking the words.
Yeah.
And I just draw them all out. And so when this clip she was talking about, she was like, yeah, I asked my dad, do I make this voice up or whatever? And I was like, oh, that's not that I sound like her, but it's a similar Valley Girl draw out. And it's why would someone make that up? It's just how your voice is.
Dare I say Dorit?
She makes up an accent though.
Well, people make up weird shit.
Well, I know, but I don't know. I don't even know how you would make up. I don't know. Yeah.
People be doing shit.
Fucking weird. But anyways, I love Gabby. She's so funny.
Me too.
But yeah, so those were the shows this week. And as always, we will be ending with our learning and growing goals section. So what is one thing you are working on?
Working out more. I started working. I like to work out 8 to 10 times a week, to a cardio and strength. And I've been slacking a lot lately, but this week I started back up again, so my body is sore. But yeah, that's my goal, is I need to get back to my workouts, because I've really only been doing 5 a week.
Week.
I know. And if I'm going to run a mile, then I better get to it. That's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing to do.
Let me see you guys run.
Okay.
No. Don't be fucking signing us up for this shit.
You could watch me run. Kelly will be cheering.
I'll have the champagne at the finish line.
Perfect.
I'm working on some San Diego guides. Have I shown you?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I just heard about it.
No, but didn't I show you when I was at your house?
No.
At Galentine's.
I'm going to be honest. When I walked into my friend's house at Super Bowl and Kiyomi was there, I was like, oh, I didn't expect you to be here. And she was like, we literally had a conversation about it last night. And I was like, well, I am glad to see you.
Okay, I'll send it to you after.
Yep.
Okay. What is one thing you are looking forward to?
Throwing Samia the most incredible, cute little girly engagement party.
Yeah. I am looking forward to an event that I'm going to this weekend that I'm not going to be super specific about, but I'll probably talk about it next week after it happens.
We love the mystery.
Yeah, just keeping everyone on their toes.
You know?
What is one thing that made you feel like an adult?
being efficient with all my tasks this week. I was like really good with my time management, I feel like. Do you feel like I was?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like in what do you mean?
I felt like I was efficient with my time.
Oh, like with podcast stuff.
Yeah.
I think you meant like in life. I'm like, I don't fucking know what you're doing.
Well, you know, some things I did because they involve you.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the outlines and then they were done right away. So yeah.
I did it for next week too.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Then guess.
Thank
and
you.
all the clips were done like early on. So yeah, I do think you were.
Thank you.
And they were great.
Thanks.
But they're always great.
I specifically liked Monday's clip the best.
I'm trying to think which one was that.
Where we rolled the tapes and Kelly still owes me a coffee.
I felt like an adult when I didn't punch Kyra in the face. So.
For being a sore loser? You're going to punch me in the face for being Kelly is who I sent down to meet my date. She posed as a homeless person to get her aggression out.
Oh, man.
It's like the scene from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like down the line, like I'm introducing him to you and he's like, wait a second. Don't I? He's like, wait.
I'm like, that's right. Don't fuck with her. What made me feel like an adult was discussing dental insurance. So,
yeah.
Super fun.
Super fun.
But that's it for this week. So we hope you laughed and learned something with us. Make sure you are following us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you listen, Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening to us. Rate, review, leave a comment, share with a friend, all those fun things. And make sure that you tune in next week. See you then. Bye.
Bye.